Welcome to uCast Talks. This is a podcast where we talk about the latest trends that are shaping the OTT industry. And today we're going to be talking about sports. Yes, sports. More specifically, how sports are becoming this new battleground for the OTT platforms. So let's explore what's happening and why this matters for the industry. Well, for years, live sports have been this last stronghold of traditional television. Why? I think it's because, of course, real time is everything, and OTT platforms were more about on-demand content. But of course, for sports fans watching these matches live, this is so important that, of course, they turned into the broadcast television, even if the television didn't offer all the interactive features. But that's no longer the case. Now these major players are stepping in. Take Netflix, for example. This streaming giant is now hosting this American professional wrestling show exclusively on their platform. And this is, of course, the first step, but it's a huge signal for all the other industry players. And of course, Netflix isn't alone. Amazon Prime has the NFL rights, and even Apple has this major soccer league. This is the American Professional Soccer League. They have the rights to deliver those through their platforms to global audiences. So the question is why this is happening, what are the drivers? And I think we can mention at least three of them. The first one is, of course, the audience. The audience simply desires that. There's a demand, luxury, and the simplicity of watching these matches on any device, anytime is simply so appealing. So that this is hugely demanded by the viewers. The second, the technology is there now. It is perfectly possible to host live events on OTT platforms. Low latency streaming with the cloud computing, where the content comes close to viewers, and even the AI helps creating this live experience. And the third, there's a huge revenue potential, of course. Sports bring massive viewership, massive numbers, a lot of monetization opportunities, a lot of subscriptions, and advertising opportunities, sponsorships, and even apps such as betting that are really popular with these sports events. Right. So now the question is, how can OTT operators capture this moment and make most of these sports events? So first thing to notice is that OTT platforms have huge advantage over the traditional TV, of course. They can create this truly interactive, personalized experience that traditional TV simply can't, right? So the OTT platforms have to be aware that it's not about watching the game, it's about engaging with it. And with platforms such as UniqCast platform, operators have now all these powerful tools to create this engagement, to offer this engagement, and of course, consequentially offer this viewing experience to a whole new level. So let's take a look at one of these features. How can OTT operators elevate sports viewing? I'm going to be talking more specifically about instant access to key moments. And let me remind you where you can find more information. If you visit our webpage, and then you go to the blog section, and I think it's in the news. If you read through the blog that specifically talks about UC22 release, you're going to find this subsection here that talks about elevating sports engagement. So have a look at that, read through this if you're interested more, but I'm going to be talking specifically about instant access to key moments, because I think it's really important to know and to use it if you're streaming live events. Okay, so imagine that you're watching a match and you're maybe 20 minutes late. So instead of going through the whole timeline, so the whole 20 minutes, and of course missing the game that's currently going on, you can use a sports highlights timeline, which just shows you these key moments, these pivotal moments that happened in the past. So instead of browsing through 20 minutes of content, I can have a quick look, quick gander, see what happened, maybe spend 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm up to speed and I can watch live, right? I can check were there any goals, any penalties, anything that's really important. And not just this use case. Also, of course, these sports programs offer these external highlights clips. So they prepare these highlights clips, and you can, of course, watch them. They are typically good with the commentary, but you have to catch those programs. You have to rely on them. But with this feature, you don't rely on these programs anymore. This highlights and this access to key moments is always there. It's always prepared for you as for you individually as a viewer. It's always accessible. So features like this, and specifically this one, ensures that fans stay connected with these most important parts of the game, and they don't feel like they are left behind. So they have this ability, this means of catching up, of being up to speed, and that's very important for the sports fans, I think. And this is also something that traditional broadcast simply cannot replicate, right? And this is, of course, this advantage, if we're looking for some advantages over the competitors, the traditional competitors out there. So, but what is the future of OTT? How will OTT evolve in the future? The competition has just started. The competition for exclusive sports rights has just started. We're going to see more platforms that are going to lock in the deals for global and regional leagues, I think. And eventually they will they will cut out traditional broadcasters. But let's be careful. Let's be aware that content is probably the most important thing here, but it's not enough, especially because the OTT platform has to show this advantage, this difference, positive difference over the broadcasting service. So in the future, I think we'll see features like multi-camera viewing options. Certainly something that's that an OTT platform can offer as an advantage over the traditional broadcast television, so that fans can choose their own viewing angles, for example. Then we're going to see more and more AI-powered recommendations. For example, AI can make highly personalized sports highlights, right? Depending on what I'm interested in, depending on my viewing history and so on. We're going to see more and more interactive features being added along with the basic sports program, right? Like live stats, polls, some social engagement features like chat and so on. And something that we also talked about on this show, we're going to see more and more gamification. For example, betting is going to be added on top of the live sports programs. And of course, with all these innovations and probably some others, which we didn't mention here, the OTT platforms will be able to offer a really strong, a really competitive alternative to broadcast and cable television. And eventually, gradually, they'll become this home, the home that the sports fans will want to be at and watch these events worldwide. And the final thoughts, the era of live sports in OTT is here, and it's already reshaping the industry. So whether you're a content provider, a telco, an OTT operator, the message is quite clear. Live sports are the key to capturing and retaining your audiences. And that's it for today, for uCast Talks. If you found this insightful, be sure to subscribe, like, react to this video, and we'll make sure that we bring you more deep dives into the OTT industry. But until next time, keep streaming and stay ahead of the game. Take care and bye-bye.